Option 1, infinite doors. No walls, no friction anymore. Safe in the code, free in the flow, where every service learns and grows. Oh, unified access. Oh, trusted safety. Single sign, watch the borders fade. One ecosystem, unafraid. Guarded by tech, seamless by design. Your world's connected, line by line. Remember passwords, lost and strained. Now one credential, deeply ingrained. From shop to bank, learn to create. No exits, no reload, no wait. One bill, one face, one tailored view. The future simplified for you. Encrypted shields at dawn's first light. Multi-factor armor locked up tight. Anomalies track least privileged gates. No threat slips through, no breach awaits. We audit, comply, control the keys. Your trust is our oxygen to breathe. Cross-link sparks, ignite the fuse. Partners align, no time to lose. Scalable growth in one firm frame. Rules guard the vision, fuel the flame. Convenience and safety, hand in hand. Built by ashes, transcendent tech command. Unified access, trusted safety. The ecosystem advantage. Ash move ferret transcend.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you are all doing very, very, very well and that you are ready to hear about my amazing weekend. I had quite a busy weekend this weekend. It was amazing, but then there was some other things that happened that I didn't really appreciate. You know, like over the weekend, I was actually immersed in my writing because I've been talking so much about it. I am not just here to make videos at all. I have Hold on. Why is this still in here? Remove. Thank you. I have been working on this. I've been working on this for quite a few years now. So I have been working on a project that I finally finished. 93, 94 pages. So I am very, very, very excited about this. It was great fun to write and to work on. And so I am hoping that, hoping that this is done. Hoping that I finally did finish it and that I can figure out what to do now. So, that's what I was working on. And as I was, immersed in my writing, just kind of, or immersed in my writing, thank you. I decided to go and check my email. And in my email, I got this very special email, and the conversation got a little bit sour. It was an email from an OFounder, and I was kind of like, what is this about? But before we get into that, I want to give you just a little bit of an update on what is going on at OnPassive. There's lots of stuff going on at OnPassive right now, despite the SEC case. Final judgment. Violet is here. Good to see you. And Magical Neff says that it's on annual leave all day to watch. Woo-hoo. And little Miss Lulu is here. Good to see you. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And Jelly Snack here. And Chris Johnson. I hope you're having a good day. And Rue is here. Good to see you. And Jelly is here. Just a little bit sour. No, I went a little bit sour. But, the cult is culting. And they have decided that they're going to be doing private Zoom meetings, probably going forward. Although they will probably still be playing on YouTube, obviously. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. And Salami. Hey. And because of that, the cult has decided that instead of just being here on YouTube, all right, they are going to be making a Facebook group. So they had made Focusing Forward with Ash. Okay, and that's what it was called. But then just recently, it actually got changed to Success with Ash Mufara. As you see, this is a group by Redfern himself. And they have blocked my Queen of Karma account from seeing it. And they have blocked my personal account from seeing it in an attempt to stop me from seeing what's in there. And I thought that was quite funny. So I wanted to share that with you. And in the group, it's just a lot of this going on. Just want to share a little about this company OnPassive. Ash Mufara is in my favor and I'm on his side. Looking forward a new path where he will lead us to destination. Destination. May the Lord Jesus Christ be with him. And also with you. Sorry, I grew up Catholic. My name is Irene. I come from a small country under the Alps, Slovenia. I trust Ash completely. Then they have a clover there, so I don't know why they need luck. Hello, I'm Roy. And something to know about me is my name is Roy, and I am retired now from driving a garbage truck 25 years. Well, it says 25 yours. I think it's supposed to be years. And I joined OnPassive February, which I was like, how did you join OnPassive in February? That's weird. Are they still... They're still recruiting people. Interesting. And then I guess giving them the accounts that they bought, because they all bought multiple accounts. I'm assuming that's what's going on if this person joined in February. And I am so happy to join this group to stay up with OnPassive. Thank you, Chris Dal, for sharing this group. And thank you, Ash Mufara, for this wonderful company. I think he means company in the group because no other such company exists. I am a driven, optimistic creative who believes not just my success, but the success of others. Congratulations, Keith. I believe in Ash. Hi, I'm new to this group. I recently joined, again, more recent. We're getting a lot of people claiming that they recently joined, which has been quite fascinating. I'm new to this group. I recently joined because I'm proud to be with Ash Mufara and all beautiful people, heart, in this heart, time, and group. Heart, God bless all. Prayer heart. Thank you for the invite. I have so many amazing friends in here. Wayne from the UK. Or I guess it would be Wayne from the UK. Joined 8th of August. I don't know why it's more Australian. I can't do the UK today. 2018. I can't wait to see what's coming. And then Deborah comes in. Hello, brothers and sisters. I've been in for 4 years. Sounds like she's talking about jail. But I've been in the clank for 4 years. And love to help others as well to make this world a better place. We are part of new company. Heart. If I had to do the same again, I would, my friend. Way too many emojis. Hello to everyone, and thank you for the invite into this group. I'm excited. So they're all very excited. And they're all, I stand with Ash Mufara, the usual. And then we even came across this picture of this person and Julie. They're like, I met Julie. I will never leave now. I will never leave now. I've met Julie Wynn. Thank you for having me in the group. My name is Jeannie, and I am from South California. She's deaf. Looking forward to meeting you all here. Have a blessed week. And her being deaf wouldn't normally matter, right? But the thing is if you remember, there was a time when OnPassive was actually specifically preying on the deaf community. Like they were like all about disabilities, but then they really honed in on the deaf community. And so, that's what's going on in the Facebook group right now. It's just constant. It just keeps going and going and going. Chris says, it's like ONET, except it's not the same 5 Indian guys. That's right. I know, Jelly, I know. Been in the slammer. That's what it sounds like. I've been in for 4 years. Yeah, well, not much different, is it? Not much different. Other than that, there has been an update in the back office. News number 10 has been posted. As you can see, it was posted, a little while ago. Yesterday. Moving forward together with strength. First, a heartfelt thank you to everyone who joined us for our live global update number 1. Your participation made it a powerful moment of unity, and we're thrilled at the energy it generated. Now it's time to look ahead. We are excited to announce live global update number 2. When? This Thursday, August 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is apparently U.S. time. Who knew, right? Did you all in the U.S. know that you only had one time zone? And it was the Eastern time zone? Were you aware? Find your local time here. And that's just a link that takes you to the world clock converter. Where? Live on YouTube. Link will be shared here before the event. 500 people will probably be streaming it. Hello, Sam. Good to see you. Just like last time. It'll be just like last time. SEC case resolved. We are pleased to share that the SEC matter has now been fully settled. Our attorneys defended us vigorously, and we came to an amicable resolution with no further litigations pending. We are deeply grateful for your patience and support throughout this process. Your encouragement has helped us stay strong and focused, even during challenging times. This brings an important chapter to a close. More importantly, it clears the way for us to focus fully on the future. Okay? We are very grateful for the outcome, and even more grateful for the ability to move forward without distraction. Answering your questions. During live global update number 2, Ash Mufara will also be addressing questions submitted by the field. They're all in the field now. This will be a chance to provide clarity, set the record straight, and ensure that no malicious distortions or misinformation are allowed to cloud our shared vision. A road ahead! With the SEC matter resolved, our momentum is stronger than ever. The mission remains bold. The future is open. And together, we're moving forward with clarity, unity, and unstoppable determination. Stay tuned to O News. The best is not behind us. It's about to be revealed. Dun, dun, dun! And I know what you're thinking. You're like, what the fuck are these people talking about? I know. Surprise, the tech team didn't invent a world clock product. Yeah, right? Should've. Wonder if Ash will come clean about the real outcome of the SEC final judgment. Probably not. For fuck's sakes, I hear ya. How are they going to be moving forward? Jesus, I'm kind of wondering the same thing. We are living in distortion. We are. I have forwarded on Ash's State of the Unicorn in address to the SEC, and I was thanked for forwarding it along. So, hopefully, something will come out of that. They might let him keep going for a little while so they can really bury him with a violation, but we'll see. Obviously, after this amazing announcement, Susie actually did her very first live stream. Yep. She did. And it was, of course, with Chris Johnson. Just look at this. Okay? That's all I have to say. Just look at this. She was very excited to do her first live stream. She went on and on and on and on about it. She was all like, oh, but I can't do it alone. So Chris was here with her. And it was about what you think it is. So get ready.
Hey. Look what Susie figured out.
Yay!
I gotta do this right now. First time, look, get your hat on. This is the first time I have done this, and I was working on it, and I said to Chris, I think I figured out how to go live. So I'm not recording this and then posting my video. So welcome, everybody. How are you? I'm Susie McRae. I'm here with Chris Johnson. We're going to just be on for a few minutes because, tell them, Chris, what just happened?
Oh, News 10 popped. Very
Number
good,
10.
very good message. Go ahead, Suze. Back to you.
Okay.
This is the
So,
Susie show.
yeah, I wasn't planning on talking about ONews 10 tonight. I was going to talk about a few other things, which I will intertwine. Like I said, we won't be on long. But for now, everybody go back into your OES, and there is ONews 10. Okay, I just love, Chris. I just love the way these are written. The way they're written makes me feel like such a part of something, and so intertwined, so to speak. Just a big part of something, and I love that.
I wanted to read it to you guys first, like all the way through, you know, so that you really got what was written there. Wasn't it wonderful and made you feel a part of something?
I love that. So I hope we're on my channel. Did we go check? Or
I see live.
okay.
It says live with restream Susie McCrae with Ash Mafara's live. Well, I'm not Ash Mafara, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I just saw Sherry. Everyone go watch Sherry too. So anyway, hopefully I don't have that many subscribers. But that's okay. Oh, 7 people are watching. Okay, that's good. Okay, back to business. See, I gotta do this alone because this nut is gonna crack me up. Okay, OES, ONews 10. I love the way they are written. They're written so well. The words that are used, it makes you feel a certain way. And the way I feel is like so intertwined in everything on this journey. And it's been consistent that we're receiving an ONews at the beginning of the week. And then now Thursday, we are having our second live number 2 webinar with Mr. Ash Mufara. Yes, number 2. And he is going to be discussing the wonderful news about the SEC case. How great is that? Go back and read it about moving forward. We have smooth sailing ahead. The road is clear. What we've been waiting for to get going on this journey. I'm on here now, and I had read it, and me and Chris jumped on. But get excited now. The other thing I wanted to talk about tonight, before I get this guy in the cowboy hat on, was before Thursday, I highly recommend everyone go back and listen, go into your back office.
Listen to it again? Jesus Christ, why?
And the message previous to ONews 10,
read all the
there
messages,
was an announcement with the link to the full webinar that was done last Thursday. I think it was in about an hour and 39 minutes. As you'll notice.
How did you hear? Apparently it's over. It's just over. Like the SEC, apparently, according to them, said, we're really sorry that we bothered you, Mr. Ash. You go ahead and you do your company. So it's wonderful news, isn't it?
There's been like brevity, we've shortened things up, and I think those will continue to see how we do with that. But go in the back office, and I recommend you listen to Ash.
Listen, Ash.
Because I was there on the panel listening, and over the weekend I listened to Ash speak again twice. And it's always good to do that because I picked up, Chris, a few nuggets of things. We've got to remember that we are going to be razor sharp, like a sword going through. There's not going to be all this hype, all this talk about all these products and services.
No, you're not hyping at all.
We're going to get the product or products right. They're going to be tested. And
but this is the thing, is that should have been the way it is from the beginning. That's how it should have always been. You can't do it now. It's just so funny the way that they talk about this. Like it's news, like brand new news. Like nobody else has ever started a business before to learn this. Geez, I wonder if there was like some way you could learn the things that you needed to do if you were about to run a business. It's too bad that there's no way to learn that at all, and no information available on the internet that tells people the steps that they should take to running a business.
And guess what? We're going to see him first. If you heard the word grandfather, go back and listen to Ash. All of us who have been here, who have stuck in this journey, we are
Marty wasn't.
grandfathered, meaning
Oh, Marty.
we will always get things first before they go public.
You're putting this out there like that is a reward, right? You're putting it out there like it's a reward. But it already doesn't mean anything. Because when Ash got rid of Marty and Robin, he basically told people that it doesn't matter what they do, how close they are to him. They do one thing that pisses him off and he'll yeet them, terminate them, right? So being grandfather doesn't mean anything, especially since there's no business contract here. There's nothing that proves now that you've been in since the beginning. Lost all your data, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, that doesn't mean anything. You should be, because he owes you. He's been promising you stuff for 7 years already. But it doesn't mean anything. And even if it did mean something to be grandfathered in, as if you were some kind of special group, again, does that actually mean anything? So it seems like he can dispose of people quite quickly. And then get all of you to dispose of them too.
I mean, how fantastic is that?
Yeah.
Ash said they're going to test things, make sure they're smooth sailing, and then one of his favorite words, scale. Scale. And without hype, without hype, we're going to do it, and it's going to happen. So what
Is that weird to you, though, without any hype, after you've just been hyping it up so much? Are you not like, what's that about? Does he think now that telling them without hype is supposed to tell them to shut the fuck up? But now they're all out here still doing what they do, and he's like, stop it. Because here's the thing. Nobody else is allowed to market or promote a business that Ash Mufara is a part of either, and the boss of, for 8 years. So them talking about this new business of Ash's, they're also violating the final judgment. Right? Susie, Ash is going to, but not in the way you want. Remember when the date they paid the $97 was a big deal? It was like their sonority day. Until Ash sold the O-Connect package and that date became the most important. Yeah. Exactly. None of this matters. Hello, Joe. It's like, oh yeah, I'm grandfathered into the company, which again, what does that mean here? Nothing. Otherwise, Marty would still be in.
do you think about that, Chris?
Well, I think, first of all, let me say this. Thank you for bringing my big cowboy hat on here. I don't think I have enough room on the screen, but I would like to tell everyone, and Susie didn't ask me to do this, I'm telling you. Susie has put out some phenomenal lives or videos in the last few weeks, and I'm going to ask personally, can you please like and subscribe to Susie? I don't care about me. I want to see Susie grow because she speaks a lot better than I ever did. But I do want to touch on this. Susie McCray, 100% in this company. 100% of everything Susie's doing right now is this company. She's got to go take her dog for a walk, and she says, we got to do this first. It's more important than Charlie dog. But
Yeah.
I do want to touch on what Susie says. The reason Ash is doing this is because he got a lot of feedback from all of us loudspeakers, I should say, and a lot of other people of what are people asking, what questions. He kind of got an idea of it, and the biggest question was in the SEC case is the 8 years. Now Ash is going to address on many things in the SEC. Do I know for a fact what? No, I don't. But this really needs to be done, so I'm very proud of what he's doing because a lot of you are confused about what other people are portraying this says.
Oh.
They're not really telling you the truth. And we've
Other people are portraying the SEC case in a way that's not really telling the truth, eh, Chris?
said it all the time myself. Susie, Red, Julie,
Oh, yeah?
everyone that does lives, the old tech pros, heroes, boy, go on and on. Okay. Wait for Ashmafar to explain it. We can hear everyone's opinion all day long, but technically, and opinions are great. But the only opinion that I want to hear, and the only
I've never once given my opinion of the SEC final judgment without also showing you the SEC final judgment. I've never just sat here and been like, my opinion on what it is that I think that Ash is not allowed to make any business stuff for 8 years. Like, that's never been what's happened. It's never been an opinion. It's literally us reading the final judgment court documents and then reading the SEC release. Because they do a litigation release, right? So Chris is acting like we don't have any of that information and the proof of the wording. Like, we don't know what the words mean. And like, we're just sitting here going, well, my opinion is that Ash shouldn't run a business for 8 years. It's like, that's never happened. And so he's lying to the OFounder. And they do this all the time about what we're saying. How can you believe somebody that lies to you? I don't need to lie to you about what they're saying because they say stupid shit all the time. I play it for you. I play for you what they're saying. And then we all point and laugh and go, ha ha, that's ridiculous. They've never once shown me going over the SEC litigation and then been like, oh, she's lying about that, guys. Why do you think that is? Because they look dumb. You know? But if you're okay with lying to the OFounders about this, that means you'll lie to them about anything. They shouldn't trust any of you. You're all snakes.
The actual true answers I want to hear are from Ash Mufara. And
it doesn't matter what Ash Mufara says. It doesn't matter. It matters what the SEC says. If the SEC says this man has a bar for running a business for 8 years, then he has a bar for running a business for 8 years. He can't go, oh, well, I'm too bad. I'm going to still run it. And then have that be the truth. This is not how things work.
I believe he's going to do that on Thursday at 1 o'clock. New York time, John Barillo time, I always say.
Barilla, yeah.
This is something that Ash Mufara probably 3 months ago said, I'm going to be a lot more transparent when things start happening. This is Monday, guys, gals. This is Monday.
So is he going to read the case to you then? Is he going to read the whole case to you? Is he going to sit down and bring up the litigation release and read it? Because that would be about the only way that would be okay. Otherwise, he's going to be lying.
Expected something to come out on Tuesday. Lo and behold, I just told Pastor Luke, I don't think he's going to do anything tonight. And 5 seconds later, I look, boom, Ash puts it out. I said, Pastor Luke, I'm sorry. It's out there. Go check it out. So go back and read it. But it's going to explain to you what he's going to talk about. And I myself, and I'm sure Susie 100%, love that he's doing this because he's going to show transparency and explain everything, not in detail, but what he knows. Because remember this, the SEC case was about him. It wasn't about us. And he's going to explain.
Actually, it was about him and OnPassive LLC. And it also did include stuff about you. So you might want to read it again. And he might want to have his lawyers go over it with him again. spin, lie, and repeat, right?
A little bit about all that. So pay attention to 1 o'clock on Thursday, and it should be a good one. A lot of people I know got to work. Already text me. It will.
I cannot wait. It should be a good one. It should be a good one. Lord.
Be recorded. I can almost guarantee it'll be on YouTube's. It'll be recorded. I think he even said that in there. But don't be afraid of missing it. You'll be able to see it. Okay.
Well, technically, it's not fines. They're both paying $4 million in fines. But OnPassive LLC is on the hook for the money that was supposed to be made for OnPassive LLC. That's what they did, right? So Ash had to pay $4 million within 10 days, starting on the 14th or 15th. No, the 14th, I believe, is when it was signed, right? And then the OnPassive LLC, the business, which again is also just Ash, they had to pay $4 million plus $27 million, just over $27 million in ill-gotten gains. Ill-gotten gains, meaning that was money that they made while they were committing a crime. The unregistered securities, the fraud, the pyramid scheme, that's all the crimes that they were committing when they made the money. So they're not allowed to have that money. And OnPassive has 90 days for that. But I'm kind of over here like, again, isn't that just Ash? Like, especially according to him. He said he was the only one working. Now there's a tech team all of a sudden, though. But, you know? The crossword I'm doing has the clue, embarrassing failure. Think OnPassive should fit. Right? That's okay, Joe. I'm sure you're not going to miss much. Marty has recordings of Chris using bad slurs. Maybe. I wondered what Marty meant by that comment. Do you think Chris was making slurs about the Indians? Most likely. Probably worse. Probably. I mean, it's not like we haven't caught them saying slide things before. I don't know if that would do anything here, though. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's enough to break someone out of the hold that Chris would have on them now, along with Ash. You know what I mean? It sounds sad. You would hope that, like, if somebody was racist towards you, that would kind of wake you up and make the person go, well, fuck this guy, he's racist, you know? But I posted proof of Ash saying pretty racist things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But if I was Marty, I would definitely out this thing. Everything I knew about it. Especially at this point. Especially if he's in Lev.ai. Because now he's in competition with them. You know? I'm just saying.
And I think I want to say thank you, Ash Mafara, for showing transparency so beautiful. And
it's not transparency.
Giving us, what, like a 3.5 day advance that this is going to happen on Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Back to you, Susie McCrae.
I'm going to wrap it up with, yes, I love the structure. I love that the consistency of the structure.
The structure is a pyramid.
We're waiting until things are ready. Ash is letting us know he's ready to talk about it. He's coming on Thursday. It's really, really, really good. I think everyone is feeling, really comfortable with this process. Like you said, we're getting information and then we're getting together. And I just say, tune in. And you know what? don't worry. People ask if it's recorded. Well, it's permanently on YouTube. You don't even have to hit a record button. It's just there. And we'll be spreading it around.
Yeah.
So thanks for, this is a little discombobulated, but thanks. I'm going to be doing more of these, and I'm going to learn how to look at the chat if anyone's making any comments. I haven't figured that out.
Can you see the chat yet? I can't see the chat.
I can't see a thing. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Oh,
We'll
here's
figure
the chat.
Yeah, click on it. You should be able to see it. I need to be able to see it.
Play it on the screen. Maybe nobody's show on stream.
Okay, it should come up here. But maybe you didn't set it up where they can comment.
I don't know. I'll figure this out. I don't want to keep.
Listen, your hair looks marvelous, darling.
Well, show everyone yours.
Oh, Lord.
Well, it's just a little. I just chopped it off, but I got to keep the cowboy hat on because I love the cowboy hat. So
okay. Well, this was fun tonight, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I'll be a little bit more prepared next time. O News 10. Go into your OES, read it. The words are wonderful. It made me feel wonderful. I feel so much a part of this and on board with everything. And Ash Mufara, we love you. Thank you for all you do. And we're going to see you with big smiles on Thursday. Everyone will be waiting. Okay. Love you all.
Everyone will be waiting. Okay, love you all, she says, and then she shuts it off. Oh, Susie. Susie. She's a little crazy. Yeah, right? Nobody was there, though. That was kind of funny to me. Boomer flirting. It was just kind of funny to me as she was like, let's check out the comments. And then there was like nobody there. I was like, oh, ouch. That sucks. Sorry, Susie. But yeah, after that, John White and Bill Must had a little bit of a celebration. Of course.
Mr. Ash Mufare's triumph over falsehoods and the rise of a new, bigger vision. Mr. Ash Mufare's journey has been marked by relentless perseverance in the face of false accusations and misleading narratives.
They are not false accusations. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been fined. See, here's the thing. The settlement gives Ash the ability to not admit to any fault. But the SEC will still be like, but we did find you for breaking the law, and you were found guilty of running a fraudulent pyramid scheme and of unregistered securities. You don't get fined $4 million yourself and $4 million the company if it was a false accusation. You aren't told to pay back $27 million if it's a misleading narrative. So even though in the court documents it said that Ash, part of the settlement was probably that he didn't have to admit he was wrong. So it's like, although Ash doesn't admit this, and he's not saying that he's guilty of that, he actually is still agreeing with us that the stuff in the amended complaint is what happened. Other than the part was with Asmahan Mufara. Because that part got dismissed with prejudice, if you remember. So that was the part that he wasn't saying, like, yeah, that part's true. The rest of it, they said it without saying it, basically. Success with Asmufara already doesn't exist. They might have made it a private one. I'm just saying.
Though he was wrongly associated with ventures he never owned, he refused to let these distortions define him. Instead, he focused on his integrity, knowing the truth would eventually prevail. Despite the sabotage of his first company, a venture he chose to step away from, Mr. Ash never lost sight of his vision. he turned setbacks into stepping stones, using every challenge as fuel to build something greater.
What a video.
Now, on the brink of launching his new company, he stands stronger than ever, ready to rewrite the false narratives that once clouded his name.
Wow.
This upcoming launch is not just a business milestone but a testament to resilience and unwavering determination. For loyal supporters, it's a victory long awaited. For detractors, a reminder that truth and persistence always win. Mr. Ash Mufare's story proves that even when knocked down, he was never destroyed, and now, his future and the future of founders and affiliates who never strayed from the pathway of unlimited success of his new company he has provided, shines brighter than ever.
Wow, huh?
Mr. Ash Mufare.
So that's where they're basically getting their information from about what's going on with the SEC case, other than what Ash has already kind of said. There's a lot of propaganda out here that are saying, we won, Break of launching a new company. Is OnPassive his old company? Yeah. It is. So, that brings me to this weekend. This wonderful weekend. On the 15th, this was posted up on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission website. As you can see, the actual SEC website. That will make sense in a moment. Ashraf Mufara OnPassive LLC, aka GoFounders and OFounders, Asman Mufara, relief defendant from the Securities and Exchange Commission in the U.S. August 15th, it's stated. It has the litigation release number 26374. It tells us that it's all about SEC obtains final judgment against alleged perpetrators of fraudulent multi-level marketing scheme and unregistered offering. Hello, Takara. Yeah, no. I know, I hear that. Hey, people are still in love has won, so, So, it starts off by telling us about how on August 14th, 2025, the SEC got a final judgment against Ash Mufara of Orlando, Florida, and its company OnPassive LLC. Here they had previously charged with orchestrating a fraudulent and unregistered offering of securities in a business that was structured as a pyramid scheme and making misrepresentations about the feasibility and likely profitability of the business. The entry of these final judgments, including the SEC's voluntary dismissal of its claim against relief defendant Asman Mufara, concludes the SEC's litigation in this matter. I feel like they just read that and then they stopped reading or something, as I've said before. The SEC's amended complaint filed on November 6, 2023, in U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Florida alleged that between 2018 and 2023, the defendants fraudulently raised more than $108 million from more than 800,000 investors across the globe, including in the United States, by falsely claiming, among other things, to be developing a suite of online computer applications that used artificial intelligence. According to the complaint, the defendants sold investors positions in an MLM arrangement and promised passive income from subscription fees paid by later investors for those computer applications. As of June 2023, however, defendant OnPassive LLC allegedly had not yet launched any product for a fee and had not made a single commission payment to any investor. Without admitting or denying the allegations of the complaint, the defendants consented to entry of a final judgment and that imposed permanent injunctive relief, which enjoins each of them from violating Section 5A and C and 17A of the Securities Act of 1933, which you guys need to really update that. It's been long enough. And Section 10B of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, that one too, and Rule 10b-5 thereunder. The final judgment also imposed on Mufara an officer and director bar for a period of 8 years and ordered him to pay a civil penalty of $4 million and ordered OnPassive LLC, which that would have to do with the founders. I know that Chris said in that video we just watched, like, oh, this is all about Ash. It has nothing to do with us. Well, if you're all members of OnPassive LLC, then technically, yeah, right? So, ordered OnPassive LLC to pay disgorgement of $26,220,364, plus a prejudgment interest of $1,218,528.40 and a civil penalty of $4 million. So I did a live stream, right? And I read this all to you guys, and I showed you guys the litigation release and everything, and that was on Friday, which was August 15th, which was the day that the litigation release was actually posted. But we had gone through the court lister right before that, and so what happened is I got this email. Very interesting email that I got saying, "Hey Beth, I wanted to help close the loop for you regarding the SEC documents you shared on your live and why Ash says he has a full and final settlement and that he's not banned from doing business." And I'm thinking, awesome. I would also like it if you could maybe explain that. That would be great. The SEC documents you shared on your live were a forgery, fraudulent. There were a lot of things wrong with that court order. Vague language, copy-pasted text, etc. However, if you look at the OnPassive LLC physical address where Ash signed that he agreed to the terms of the settlement, it's not real. The actual headquarters address is 7380 West Sand Lake Road, Orlando, Florida, 32819. I'm not sure how it is in Canada, but there is so much impersonation of government officials happening. It's hard to tell what's true or not. The fact that you were able to share that document with the general public means that there is proof that the SEC violated their own rules by allowing someone to sign a forged document. So it's a forged document, and they allowed Ash to sign a forged document, and that means Ash gets a free pass. You should have a conversation with whoever gave you that document, which, by the way, it was Violet, because as I was doing my live stream on Friday is when the info dropped in the court lister by the SEC, and Violet said, "Hey, I'm sending you a link so that you have access to all of the documents." And then she also posted up the court lister, right? And that's what we were going through. So Violet is apparently who I should have been having a talk with, because they are about to be in huge trouble. And you don't want to be near that when it happens. Let me know if you want to talk further. And then they left me a fake name and a phone number, even though they were emailing me from an email address that was in their full first and last name, their real name. And I was like, oh, wow. Is that why the people in OnPassive seem to think that I'm lying or that we're actually not supposed to be celebrating right now. You know? It would be weirder if any of them actually figured it out. Weirder still if any of them stopped trying to get rich quick and easy and actually started saving or investing, right? What? I know. And that's what I said. I was like, what are you talking about? Forger! I made a video showing where the OnPassive office is. It's a P.O. Box office sharing address. Exactly, Jeff. Thank you so much. You can't make this shit up. How delusional they are. Oh, I am far from done this conversation. See, documents from the SEC are wrong? Yep. Also, yeah, the SEC broke their rules. Now Ash is like king of the United States and has a free pass to do whatever he wants, right? Was it the idiot John Barilla? No, they're in my thumbnail. Oh, yeah, because this is wild. This is wild. So these are the documents here that I had shown on my screen with Ash's signature. And this is the address that they are claiming is false. And the signature... So the documents are forged, but then they also admitted that Ash did sign them and that he did get them from the SEC. So I was dying of laughter about, well, then what's the forgery? Like you literally said that in the email. Like I don't understand. That makes no sense. You know? Interesting. But as you can see, the address for this is 9924 Universal Boulevard. Suite 500 and 529, Orlando, Florida. 32819. Right? Well, we've done this many times before, but I'm just going to show you. This is a P.O. box at a UPS store. We've talked a lot about this. I've told you guys it's a P.O. box that he uses. This is the address here, as you can see. It's the exact same address. 9924 Universal Boulevard, Orlando, Florida, 32819. And the reason why it's Suite 500 to 529 is because those are the mailboxes that Ash has, which would give you an idea of how many businesses this man is probably running. Or maybe not. This is the building that she claims it should have been. And this is the office that Ash was pretending to have. Right? And the reason why this office exists is because it's actually where Ash's office is. So when we see Ash when he goes live, he's in an office that he rents for $529 a month. And the boardrooms that we see him at, it could just be him and a bunch of random people. It's one of those office spaces where you rent one office room and then like everybody else rents in the same building. But then there's also like conference rooms that you all share and stuff. That's what that building is. It is not an OnPassive building. And I've already talked about all of this before. So I shared this in my Discord, just dying of laughter, like, oh no, Violet, you better go on the run. The FBI is coming for you. And laughing because Violet's also not in the US. So, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, you know? I don't think they care much about her breaking US law outside of the US, you know? It was signed by a notary, which means they would have had to check ID for a signature. That's right. That's right. Also, is Ash that stupid to sign forged documents? I know, right? Right? Oh, that could be. That could be an option. But even $529 per person per month isn't that bad, you know? So I respond very nicely. And I say, thanks for reaching out. I've read your message carefully and I want to respond with clarity and respect. The SEC case against Ashraf Mufara, Osman Mufara, and OnPassive LLC is real and publicly documented. The link I shared on my live, this one, and I provide it, is from Court Listener, a trusted legal archive that pulls directly from PACER. For those that don't know, PACER is the official U.S. federal court system. It includes filings from the SEC, motions, orders, and a proposed final judgment submitted on August 12, 2025. These are not vague or copy-pasted documents. They're part of a legitimate federal enforcement action. I understand that this information may be difficult to accept, especially if you've invested time or trust in OnPassive. But dismissing these documents as forgeries without evidence is not only inaccurate, it's dangerous. The SEC does not publish fake court orders, and the address discrepancy you mentioned has no bearing on the legitimacy of the case. Legal filings often reference registered business addresses, not necessarily physical headquarters. So there'd be the mailing address, and then there'd be the actual headquartered address, right? Like that happens all the time with businesses. If the address is incorrect, that would mean Ash forged the address onto the documents and then signed a legal document with the incorrect address. You know? However, I have checked my sources and it is the P.O. box that Ash uses, as I just showed you. You see, there was never an official headquarters. Ash used a P.O. box the entire time. And then, rents a little office with one desk where he likes to decorate his shelf, you know? I'm not here to argue or speculate. I'm here to share facts and protect people from being misled. If you have concerns about the documents, I encourage you to contact the SEC directly. But please refrain from making threats or accusations. I do not accept those kindly. Watch your mouth. I will continue to speak out based on verified information. Because I found the last thing that they said kind of rude, where they were like, you might want to get away from that person who sent you those documents. I'm like, what are you even talking about? So then they responded and said, it looks like you have a better understanding about this than I do. At the end of the day, Ash can open as many businesses as he wants, starting right now, regardless of what your weird crypto troll boyfriend, the heck, the recovering Hunbot, or the SEC says about it. If you or anybody associated with you continue to get on YouTube to say Ash is banned from doing business, that he's a scammer, or that he's running a Ponzi scheme, you're instantly sued. You can still call him a cult leader if you want, because he said it's okay. So that's good news, guys. There you go. I mean, he admits he's a cult leader, and he said it's okay that I call him that. So at least we still have that, I guess, huh? It's not a crime to be popular. Yes, David Miscavige, Jim Jones, Charles Manson, Marshall Applewhite. They were all just really popular dudes. Just real popular. You know? Danny's my new boyfriend. I know, I wrote him and I said, Danny, did you know? I just found out too. I've never ever streamed with a male. Like, it's does YouTube not know what platonic relationships are? It's like, because every time there's someone that's like, oh, that must be your new boyfriend because you're a girl and he's a boy and you're talking. It's like, oh my God, it's such an incel way of thinking. You know, it made me laugh. So I was like, oh, well, she got a little salty there. But it was very interesting to me that she brought up Danny to Heck right away. I was kind of like, oh, that's also interesting. So you must also be familiar with Danny. Good to know. Then it just continued on. Because I wrote her back, I was like, please don't do that. Let's not do that. And I said, and just so you know, like, you're threatening me from an account where you think that you're signing off as Victoria, but actually then the name on your Gmail is something else. So before you go threatening people, you might want to know that these threats are attached to your real first and last name. You know? You know? Oh, my husband's had to put up with me allegedly having about 15 boyfriends since I've started my YouTube channel. The life of a whistleblowing troll. I mean, what do you do? So I got like all of these messages from her where she just got very upset at me. Oh, I'm so scared that you can look up publicly available information about me. Do your worst, pal. Your YouTube channel is still trash. And I let her know that I was aware that, you know, she did have a criminal record. Asked her if she went to her court case and got her failure to appear taken care of. Since you're so interested, I go to court on September 10th. I'll send you the Zoom link so you can watch me. And then right after that, almost without skipping a beat, I got, oh, I also have proof that you registered for Lev AI. And I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely did. For sure. Yes. We registered for all the pyramid schemes we discussed. Several members of my team are also registered with Lev AI. You must not have stuck around Danny's stream last night when I went on and explained that to you. Because while this is going on, all right, the day before this went on, Danny and I were hanging out. He's live streaming, right? And somebody had come into the chat and started like threatening. Well, me and Bob were on Danny's stream and they were going off. And I was like, maybe this is the same person. You know, maybe it's the same person because they seem to really like Danny. You know, so I just assumed that they were probably the same person. But I said, too bad. I said, I'm also an echist in Scientology. Sign up to 50 other MLM companies and etc. What do you think infiltrating high control groups means? Do you think that means we watch them from the sidelines? Lord, your mama didn't Lord, your mama didn't bless you with brains, huh? I would be interested in the Zoom link, and I would be interested in the Zoom link and watching it if I actually cared about you. Except I don't care about criminals. I hope the law go after them. I just wouldn't go around threatening people in their email. Again, I'm basically just responding to all those messages and reiterating what I told her the first time. While using my real full name if I was already facing charges in court. That's just me, though. I also wouldn't continue to run a pyramid scheme after the SEC told me I had an 8-year bar from running any business and had to pay back $32 million. But again, that's just me. You know? That's just me, though. It's just me. Amateur, right? Yeah, Danny refills the fridge with beer when he pops over, so it's fine. She said, yap, yap, yap. People start doing a lot of talking when they are about to get caught up. I hope you watched Marty's live this morning about Chris Johnson joining Lev.ai. I'm going to tell him that you convinced Chris to join to cause trouble. I think he will believe me. Right? And that was weird to me. Because although I had heard of this live stream of Marty's, I was wondering why this person would mention it to me and then say that they would say that this is me. I mean, is it them? Are they trying to do some troll with Chris Johnson, with Marty? So I said, thanks. I just sent this to Zach. He supports my channel, along with Chris Johnson's brother Mark. They really want to help their family members get out of this cult. It's a shame you want to hurt so many people, but I mean, you are a criminal, so that's what criminals do. Right? Dear there, 2.0 incoming. That's right. And the response I got was, the more the merrier. I was like, that's interesting. So, this is Latoya B, also known as Diamond Mummy 18. You might remember Latoya from, I believe, a few months after I had just started covering OnPassive. Latoya came over as Diamond Mummy 18 and, gave us a bunch of issues. But the thing about Latoya is Latoya claims to be a licensed clinical social worker, something that you cannot do if you have a criminal record. She also claims to be a cyber advisor. And this is all important information that you need to know about Latoya, also known as Diamond Mummy 18, for us to continue this conversation. So she's one of the 5 people who still watch Marty's channel, probably. As if you are not blocked by Chris Johnson in every way to contact him. No. Chris loves arguing with me for some reason. He really likes it. Because I respond, yeah, hurt people hurt people. I can tell you are very vulnerable, and I pity you a bit for being so naive. Have you ever thought of trying counseling? I see you are lying about having your MSW. You can't be a registered MSW if you have a criminal record. So maybe you should seek therapy, but not from the place that fired you for promoting MLMs to clients. Don't troll a troll, okay? Might have to go somewhere else to get help. But I think it would be beneficial to you and your life. More beneficial than OnPassive. And I was going to end the conversation there. I was like, what more can I say to this person? I can only say the same thing so many times. And then you got to just, whatever they write back, I'm just going to ignore it. Because whatever. But then I got this message, which was, chef's kiss beautiful. Delicious. Delicious like cheesecake. She starts it off again. She really likes to go, yap, yap, yap. She likes that. Yap, yap, yap. She said that to me like 3 times in this conversation. Yap, yap, yap. I'm glad you're aware of my professional background, Beth. I do open source intelligence, OSINT. Gathering and law enforcement for the U.S. federal government. For a second, I was like, fun with logic? But then I was like, no, I don't think so. The White House, Department of Defense, FBI, IRS, Department of Homeland Security, Secret Service, NSA, the CIA, FIN, SEN, OFAC, the SEC themselves. Didn't recognize their litigation release, but she works for them. The FCC, the FTC, etc. Europol and Interpol. Oh my God, I got Interpol on my ass, y'all. What am I going to do? I got Interpol. Well, that's it. It's over for me, I already got people on Twitter every single day for the last 5 years tagging the FBI, Ottawa Police, and Interpol. Now, I'm done. I'm over with. Must be over for me. And I'm a global affiliate of ICANN, the company that runs the internet. I can get them. You see, because she's with ICANN, so she can. Anyway, I can get them to create anything for me on a website, like a fake arrest, so that some foreign national in Canada can pretend to dox me. Friendly reminder, Ash said there were American government officials in OnPassive. It's her. We found her. So, think whatever you want to, Beth. It sounds as if you don't have any idea who you're actually talking to. It's the O police. The Canadian Mounties will be knocking on your door soon, right? Right? I know. Yep, they are ICANN certified. That's right. Well, now we know where he got the ICANN certification from. Got it from this girl. So after I read this and was dying of laughter, do you know how many times I've had trolls come into my DMs on Discord for some reason? They love me on Discord and try to tell me that they like take out predators with Interpol. Okay. For like 2 years straight, I had an entire Discord that used to hang out with Corey Barnhill every single day. And that's basically all they did with their time, is keep sending people to my DMs to tell me that they caught predators with Interpol, and therefore I should be their best friends and help them all run the Onion Farms website. Okay? Like, I've been threatened by some of the worst people on the internet already. Okay? The dumbest trolls to some of the ones that people on here seem to think are more intelligent, but I beg to differ. Okay? So I died when I got this. I was like, this is like if you took all of the past trolls I've ever had and then put them all together into one, and then we get this. And I'm still dying. And you know me, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, for the plot. Let's just see what happens. So I had to respond because I was like, now I really need to see where this is going to go. You know, anything is possible when you're making shit up. Exactly. Yeah, we already proved that he was. Recovering Hunbot already proved that. So, Ash pays Susie through OnlyFans. I had to respond. Oop. And I said, I've read your message and saved a copy. Because let's be real, throwing around government acronyms and fake arrest threats isn't just laughable, it's something the actual authorities might find interesting. You said I'm a foreign national from Canada. A foreign national from Canada. That makes no sense at all. Canada is my country. I'm a Canadian citizen. Bitch, I was born here. Not some foreigner sneaking around. I'm also not like in the US, so for you to be in the US and call me a national foreigner is just wrong. Bitch, I'm international to you. What are you talking about? The fact that you don't even understand that tells me everything I need to know about your supposed government background. That was like the time that a troll told me that he was an anonymous. I was like, oh yeah, and me too. One of the things that those hackers always do is I always tell you when they're in it. That's exactly what they do. That's what it reminded me of. Real professionals don't list every agency under the sun like they're reading from a Tom Clancy novel. My dad used to love those. Is the only thing I can think of. But I was like, I know. They also don't brag about being able to create fake arrests online. That's literally admitting to fraud. And then saying that I can frauds with you. They fraud with me. It's great. We make fake websites to go after people I threaten in emails. Like, what? I don't play intimidation games. I'm documenting everything you've said. And if necessary, I'll let the real authorities review it. And I was like, okay. So then she responded, wow, you're ugly and dumb. I'm glad you took my advice while you were still Queen of Spades and stayed off camera in public. Again, I've never been Queen of Spades with an S at the end. Anyway, do what floats your boat, Beth. You can't say shit about Ash on YouTube, period. I look forward to your next live. And so here I am, during my next live, where we again went over the SEC litigation, and where I just want to stress once more that Ash Mufareh is a giant con artist. He is a fraud. Might even be leading a cult of personality. You know, I'm that's the next book I'm writing. So I'm not going to stop talking about it. And you and I can come after me and make fake websites and all you want. I mean, that's what you did with Behind MLM when they spoke out about you, right? You made fake websites of them. You know, they're looking for who was doing that for Ash. So, I mean, I'm just saying, Toya. Just saying. You might want to reel it in. Reel it in a little bit, girl. So, on to make fun of Ash. This is the funniest thing I've seen in a bit. Since the threats over the weekend, you know. Because that happened on Saturday. That conversation. It actually went all night. I actually woke up to all of those messages in a row. Because I wrote her and then went to bed because it was my bedtime. I was like, good night. And I woke up. I guess she wrote me back, and then since I didn't respond, she had sent me a bunch more messages. It was great. I was dying. So then Sunday, we ended our conversation. She hasn't written me back since. So there's that. But today, as I was looking for, to see what Bill Must was up to, this video popped up. This video. Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. And I was like, I need to go to bed. After I send this email laughing my ass off, I need to go to bed. I was like all stoned, being threatened by Interpol, you know. It was a great time. That's not Ash. His hair is way more pubic-y. It's Ash like 20 years ago. Although, who knows how old he is, as we'll talk about in my book. But, because the funny thing about Ash is that he has a lot in common with Paul Twitchell, you'd be surprised. This video is a 7-minute video about, this is it. Why Mr. Ash Mufareh chooses a coffee shop for deep thinking. A 7-minute video about this. A 7-minute video. Wrong. He's over the age of 50. They actually celebrated his 50th birthday publicly in 2018. But then they celebrated it again a couple of years ago. Ash also lied about his date of birth. But it's all okay because he can go to a coffee shop for some deep thinking on it. When I saw this, I was just like, We've really run out of things to make videos on at this point. Like, what are we doing here? Bill Must and John White? It's so that he can hack their Wi-Fi. Right? You know what? I'm not even lying, Sam. That's literally the first thought that popped in my head when I read the title. Is I was like, it's probably for their Wi-Fi. It made me laugh. Oh, but I have to with you. Watch this. We have to. Because this should be funny.
Mr. Ash Mufare retreats to a coffee shop when he needs to think deeply because the environment offers a unique blend of stimulation and solitude. Unlike a brainstorming session with his technology team, which can be fast, paced, and collaborative, a coffee shop provides a neutral space free from interruptions, allowing his mind to wander and explore ideas freely. The ambient noise and casual atmosphere can also spark creativity in ways that structured meetings may not. Another reason he may prefer a coffee shop is the mental shift that comes with leaving the workplace. Stepping away from the office signals to his brain that it's time to reflect rather than execute, helping him approach challenges from a fresh perspective. While team discussions are invaluable for problem solving, solo deep thinking allows him to process complex ideas before bringing them to the group. Lastly, coffee shops offer a balance of familiarity and novelty, comfortable enough to focus, yet dynamic enough to inspire. The presence of other people working, chatting, or reading can subconsciously fuel motivation and creativity. For Mr. Mufare, this setting may be the perfect middle ground between isolation and collaboration, enabling breakthroughs that might not happen in a traditional brainstorming session.
Oh, Lord. Come on. I know there's a song. Did it all?
Steam swirls up like a daydream in the air. Latte art and quiet thoughts, I'm beyond compare. Left the office buzz, the screens, the rush. Now I'm sipping slow, no need to push. Oh. Head full of cold, but the soul needs space. So I trade the boardroom for this cozy place. Strangers typing jazz on the low. This is where the magic starts to grow.
It's about a coffee shop, Mike.
Oh, the world slows down when I plant my feet on this coffee ground. No agenda, no pitch, just me and my mind. Leaving all the noise far behind. Coffee shop mind, I live and wine in the home of the grind. Peace I find. Not too loud, not too shy, just the right kind of buzz to touch the sky. From the corner seat, I let it flow where the quiet thoughts in the cappuccino.
Okay, the funniest thing though is that this isn't like profound for Ash to do. A lot of people go to like around here anyway, a lot of people go to like Tim Hortons, Starbucks, bring their laptop, sit down, and like the way that they're framing this, of course, is as if Ash Mufare doing this means something profound about him. Right? Ash Mufare has this grand mind, this grand coffee shop mind that nobody else has. Only he can truly think at the coffee shop. You know? It's like, that's, a lot of people do this, though.
Oh, this is where I come alive. My coffee shop high, my soul's too dry.
Soul's too dry? Hello, Angel.
Used to think breakthroughs came from fast-paced calls. Whiteboards full of scribbles, hidden conference room walls. But the answers don't always shout. Sometimes they sigh, like the steam from my cup beneath a caramel sky.
Oh my Lord.
I step outside the frame, let my spirit roam.
What frame?
A change of scene brings a change of tone.
Plot twist, he's been streaming from the coffee shop this whole time.
A barista smiles, the playlist hums, and suddenly
Actually, their shop.
inspiration comes. Oh, the world fades out when I'm lost in thought. No doubt, just the clink of a spoon, a soft guitar, and a thought that travels near and far. Coffee shop mind, ideas unwind in the hum of the grind. Peace I find, not too loud, not too shy, just the right kind of buzz to touch the sky. From the corner seat, I let it flow where the quiet thoughts and the cappuccinos go. This is where I
Cappuccinos go. Oh my God, not this con artist again.
come alive. My coffee shop high, my soul's true drive.
I still don't think that's a compliment. Have a dry soul? Is that? Am I just atheist and I have no clue what that means?
They say genius works in silence, but I say genius like a little background noise.
But it's not just me then?
A laugh, a latte, a life in motion.
A laugh, a latte, a life in motion. Are they going to be selling mushroom coffee? Mushroom keto coffee? If they are, I'm ready for it. We all know I'm ready for it.
That's my secret potion. Isolation's cool, but not too cold. Give me people warm and bold. Cause between the
It's like they're trying to say that, like, going to a coffee shop to plan a date, there's noise, there's buzz around. You have to be of a genius mind to be able to go there to get a quiet mind. And obviously this says that Ash is an absolute genius. Like, that's what they're trying to portray here, I feel like. And I'm like, dude, it's just going to the coffee shop with your laptop. Like, it's really not that deep. Like, what are we doing? Pull salt.
dips and the passing glances, I find my balance.
See?
My second chances. Coffee shop mind, ideas unwind in the rhythm of life. So kind, so kind. Neutral ground, but the dreams run high underneath the low hanging sky. With a notebook, a dream, and a caramel swirl. I'm the calm in the middle of the corporate world. Oh, this is where I come alive. My coffee shop high, my soul's true drive. One more sip, one more thought. Yeah, this is where the vision's caught. Mr. Ash just thinking free.
It's where it all happens,
In
guys.
a coffee cup, the world and me. La la la, coffee and dreams.
Oh, I like that part.
Flowing like a quiet stream.
I should have said it again. Oh, I like the la la la. Coffee dream. Coffee shop mind. So yeah, I was just kind of like, wow, that was a trip. That was a trip. I love it. I absolutely adore it. I think that might be my new favorite video besides the one that yells at us and then whispers and then yells at us again. You know, I think after that, it's this one that we just watched. Because I was like, this is so pointless and stupid. It's just like, but like, they are trying to say so much with it. And you have to remember, too, what how the OFounders are going to listen to that and take it, which is they just take it to 100 right away, don't they? Oh my God, Ash is such a genius. He does all his thinking at the coffee shop where there's noise and people are getting coffee. It's crazy. What a genius. What a mind he has, you know? It's like, Lord, hot coffee mind. Nothing will top In It to Win It. No, nothing will. Nothing will. And I wonder, will we get new songs? Will we get new songs now that we are changing to a new business? You know? Are we going to get another In It to Win It level song about the new company? Or is In It to Win It still going to be the motto? I'll be sad, you know, if they retire the songs. It'll make me a little sad. Well, then maybe they can be our songs. Anyway, I got one more Bill Must production that I would like to go through before I wrap this up. And it's one that was just posted just within the last 24 hours here. And it's called A Message of Gratitude and Vision to Our Founders and Affiliates. You know, because we got to do a lot of sucking up back to them to make sure they stay and everything like that. We really want to make sure that they stay in the scam. Everything right now that they're doing is basically just to keep people holding on, to keep people loyal to this thing, to basically, you know, I guess trick people because they're going to think that something really big is coming. So it's all just like, hey, don't go anywhere. Stick around. Come hang out in the Facebook group. We're going to be doing these webinars with Ash like once a week. I'm assuming they're going to be once a week. Maybe not, though. I mean, the last time that they said that, they only did it like twice, and then we'd never heard from them again. So, who knows? But they are going live on Thursday, so we'll try to catch that. So now we're sucking up to the OFounders as much as they're expected to suck up to Ash. And that's what I believe this is.
To all our loving founders and affiliates, brothers and sisters, Bill Must and John White would like to take this moment to express our deepest appreciation for everything you're doing to support Mr. Ash Mufareh, his family, and the technology teams in advancing this monumental project. We are in an extraordinary position, standing within the top 1% of founders and affiliates in this company, which is nothing short of incredible. No matter how vast this company grows, we will always remain in that elite tier. What does it mean to be in the top 1%? It means we hold a unique and enviable position.
Oh, so now they are the top 1%. That's how they've twisted this. MLMs are bad, only the 1% make money. Now we are the 1% that make money, so that we are trying to do an MLM, which offers recruitment and positions, which he's not allowed to do.
One that will make others regret leaving their founder roles for lesser opportunities. Imagine being among the select few chosen by giants like Google, Amazon, or Apple in their early days. Except our journey with Mr. Ash Mufareh's new company is destined to be far greater. Unlike those corporate giants that started small, we are launching as a mature, visionary force from the very beginning.
Are you though? Now, if you had actually had products that were invented like 7 years ago and you've been working on them for like 7 years, then I could maybe see you saying that. Otherwise, I'm kind of like, why do you think that? Mrs. Ash thinks he's going to the office, but he stopped paying for the office, so he has to hang out at the coffee shop. Sometimes he goes to the library. So he had to scam the rest of the suckers, pretty much. Mufareh made up his own coffee recipe, and he pesters the baristas with it. Probably. Google. Started as a pyramid scheme too. Yep.
This company is no afterthought. It checks every box in the most positive way.
Okay.
As a private enterprise, we founders and affiliates occupy a pristine position, unlike the diluted wealth of companies that began as public entities.
What?
Reflect on the pioneers of today's trillion-dollar corporations. Their success is undeniable, but their early-stage advantages were lost in public dilution. Here, we are the chosen 1%.
You are the chosen one!
Shaping the future from the ground up. We've already witnessed this company's potential through its digital products. Remember the survey we all participated
Like Nev says, look, I'm not a fan of Amazon, Apple, and etc., but at least if I buy something off them, I actually get it or a refund. Exactly. Exactly. And then if you don't, there's a way for you to go about trying to get that. Right? Like if you contact the company and the company, for whatever reason, is just an asshole and goes, no, actually, I'm not giving you your refund. Usually you can still go about getting your refund. The thing about MLMs is, no, kiss the money goodbye. This AI is trying to get too technical, talking of share dilution pre-IPO.
in. That was our first AI-driven product, a survey.
Well, I mean, that was after the OES and the O-mail and the O-tracker and the O-trim and the O-net. Oh, and don't forget O-connect and the GoFounders platform and the GDI Fusion that you made. This is not Ash's first product in any way, shape, or form. So, I don't know why they keep saying this. Now the survey product is the first product. And this is the thing, is that now we're just erasing history. We're doing revisions of history now. Never a good sign. Never a good sign when they start revising the history. Like, are we supposed to pretend now that the other things just never existed? Oh, survey, first product. And I know there has to be some OFounders out there that are thinking in their heads, but what happened to the other products that we had? Weren't they our first products? You know? It's just frustrating.
Flawless webinar on August 14th, 2025 marked our second which was designed and used to connect YouTube channel to our first corporate webinar this year.
So, everyone always likes to point out that they were using Zoom, and we were trying to figure out what the O rotator actually was. And because of this video, I realized what it actually is. Apparently, it is an application that helps you stream out to several different channels at the same time. Like a restream. That is what it is. That has nothing to do with targeted traffic. It has nothing to do with even getting recruits or sales or anything like that. And apparently, the reason why we were so confused when they were saying that they were using the O rotator was because apparently they used the O rotator on that day, the webinar where they did the unicorn stated address. They were using the rotator to stream from Zoom onto YouTube. And it was working, and that to them was their confirmation that he had released a genius tech product. And that's why they were so excited as well on that day. Some of us may have missed that because it wasn't really explained. It wasn't really explained to us what it is. And the way that it was explained, it made it sound like it was more like the targeted traffic stuff that he had done in the past. But now we realize what this is. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. You know, that's good to know. The rotator is the same thing that Marty had, which was the top.lot. That is just a URL that rotates the different YouTube channels. Yeah. Yeah, and apparently also helps them stream it out to the YouTubes, according to them. Again, I have to see how true all that is. Now that Marty is gone, they don't have access to this URL that rotates all their YouTube channels. It's just a redirect link. So pretty much like if they did OTrim again, in my mind. It's just a redirect for the YouTube channel. To stream from Zoom to the YouTube. Like, it's like, wow, you know?
These are just the beginning. There are undoubtedly more groundbreaking innovations ahead, with Mr. Mufara always steps ahead of what he reveals. And in a move of extraordinary generosity, he's giving these first 2 products away freely to anyone who wants them. Now, the lingering question shifts by some founders from, does this company have a product, to, when will it launch? Just as we didn't foresee these first 2 products, the launch date remains strategically undisclosed. Mr. Mufara will reveal it only when the company's readiness is beyond doubt, and founders like us will be the first to know. Until then, we stand poised, trusting in his vision, ready for the moment. This revolutionary company is unleashed upon the world.
Revolutionary. This revolutionary company released to the world. Lucky us. Pretty sure it's just the intro now. So now we are even sucking up to the OFounders, although even when you like suck up, you know, even if you suck up to the OFounders, I don't know if it will do anything. I don't know if they need it. I don't know about streaming, but maybe. I wonder how many streams you can add to Zoom. I guess you can only add up to 3 channels. Yeah. So it was supposed to also help them stream out to over more based on their, like, I don't know. It was very confusing. They did not explain it properly, but that's my understanding. My understanding was that it helps them with the Zoom streaming out, and then also, you're probably also right with the rotating, so that when people hit the link, it also goes to a different channel, but then it's also supposed to help them so that all their channels can stream it, right? That's what it was supposed to do. So I don't know if it's like like it would be like a third-party thing, like Restream. And then they would just add all of the extra channels to it, I'm assuming. I don't know, it's really weird. It's really weird. Again, they never really explained it, so it's hard to really say, oh, this is what it is or isn't, you know? That's the problem with this company, is that they never explain anything, and sometimes you have to wonder if they do it on purpose so that they can switch up what it is, because, like, that's happened before, you know? That's happened before, for sure. But they have been promoting their new website. Their new website. Hold on. For some reason I stopped sharing screen instead of share screen. This is where everybody has been going to. You'll notice it's called OTrim. That's because it is the o-trim.co. You know how we were wondering about how people were joining this thing still and what was going on? Well, this has been their new website, their new thing. This is the homepage. You can check out the tech here. We have information about technology. You know? They have information about celebrities, according to them. And then I ended up on a rabbit hole. I ended up in a rabbit hole where I ended up connecting this website to thousands of websites that are just like it. Thousands of websites. Because of this email right here, you will notice the next gen SEO is the email address. When you look up that email address, all right, it's actually connected to like 5 million sites. So I found that quite fascinating. We're going to figure out all of that and what's going on with that. Because people are joining. People are joining something over the last few months, as you see based on the Facebook group. And as you guys know, you cannot register to the OnPassive OES, right? If you go to the actual onpassive.com website right now, you go onpassive.com, which is actually oes.onpassive.com. It reroutes there. There isn't a way in which you can register at all whatsoever. You can only log in, right? So there shouldn't be new people in the back office. There shouldn't be anybody joining OnPassive in February or just now. And so, obviously, there are some shenanigans going on here. I might know a little bit more than what I am saying, but until I have 100% proof of everything, I am going to just let you know that this is what I came here to tell you about today. You know? Hey, you weren't supposed to be showing the back office. I know, I'll be in big trouble. I'm sure Tanya will yell at me. She's already, bossing everyone around with the Facebook group. But hopefully we can make fun of Tanya on Friday. Hopefully. Because, even though I'm blocked from seeing their Facebook group, from joining their Facebook group, all right, not everybody is. Just remember that. Just remember that. Julie was amazed by the rotator. Yes. Yes. Julie was amazed. Julie's amazed by anything. Honestly. Ash could fart into a bag and she would be like, oh my god, that was amazing. Look at the airbag he created. It'll be in cars forever. I'm surprised she didn't send the emails. Right? It's interesting. It's also interesting that now, this time around, Ash does appear to be bringing Julie and Chris and Red into meetings where they are talking about technology. So they do seem to be a little bit more hands-on in this business. And I just find that very, fascinating. Very, very fascinating. They should also be very, very worried. Because that means whatever shenanigans this new thing gets into, they might be on the hook for it too. Like I said, Marty getting kicked out of OnPassive might have been a blessing in disguise for him. Don't cultists ever get exhausted with doing the same thing over and over? No, because repetition helps with the manipulation. So it all helps them in the end, basically. So they don't get sick of it. They never get sick of the praise. They never get sick of it. You get sick of it, but we don't. But we don't. We dive in here. We like to look at it and go, what does this mean right now? I mean, they are in a state of panic, I feel like, even though they're not really acting like it. I am very interested to find out what is going to go on with everything on Thursday, though. That should definitely be interesting, especially since they're all like, oh, Ash is actually going to be talking about the SEC case and explaining it all. Like, is he going to be explaining it all, the whole thing? I doubt it. I doubt he'll actually sit down and explain the entire thing and everything that happened. Yeah, I'm sure it's just going to be more of the same. He'll try to talk all cryptically about it, you know, and it's not going to be a great time. It's not going to be a great time. So I'm working on this right now. I'm working on this right now. I told you guys I was doing a case study. So I am working on this. I am working on a full case study for it. So I am going to be doing this. It'll be great fun. I cannot wait. As you see, I've already got a really good start onto it because I've been working on all of this stuff for like the last 3 years. So we've got a lot to go off of. So I'm going to be working on that as well. My case for OnPassive. For how does a legitimate business turn into an MLM, turn into a commercial cult? And then how does that turn into a cult of personality? How does all of that happen? Especially when the leader is somebody who you wouldn't think would be able to run a cult at all. I think it will be fascinating. So I hope that you guys are going to stick around to find out more information about that. I thought tomorrow we would stream about Eckankar. I thought maybe I would read to you guys a section in my book about Darwin Gross just for some fun. Because like I said, I've been putting it all together. So I thought that I would get that ready for us for tomorrow. And I thought that maybe we could laugh at some Eckankar ads. And then, of course, the next day, we'll see if we can stream snipe this amazing, fabulous meeting where he's going to be talking about the SEC. And that should be great fun. And that's what I got coming. I'm also working. I'm almost done this Jim Baker deep dive. I know I keep talking about it, but other things keep happening and I keep getting into other things. I have to be in a mood to work on certain things, you know? If I'm in a writing mood, I have to go write. If I'm in an editing mood, I have to go edit. If I'm in a recording mood, I have to go record. Just don't ask. Just don't ask, okay? Trust me. But there is a method to my madness, and I am trying to get that out as soon as possible, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I'm just really happy that I got this Eckankar thing done, because Harold Clump is going to be announcing October 25th who the new living Eckmaster is going to be after him. And then we've got to start tracking all that. So that will be really fun. Lots of good stuff coming up in the future, so stay tuned for all of it. That's just some of the stuff that's going on that I've got going on behind the scenes. So, yeah, lots of great stuff. Thank you for all of you for coming to my live. I really appreciate it, especially if you stuck out with me. My mind is mush from all of this. I've been working really, really hard. But it's all worth it. And all of this was made possible because of all of you. So thank you to all of my supporters. Don't worry, I'll dedicate all of this to you. I love all of your faces. And like always, we're... Woo!
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
We are OnPassive, shining bright into the future. We rise high.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's the call.
Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel is got more power.
and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufar. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma person. Asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
They probably
This
are.
is a great way to start your day. Come here.
They better watch out for Jim Browning.
Talking about
There's Peanut Butter.
their experiences. My name is Ash Mufar, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Illich, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Have a great night.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your My name is Ash Mufar.
Stop going there.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufar, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.